Matthew 23, 8-12 states that we should not call anybody rabbi except for Yahushua. Why do members of your congregation call you rabbi? Well, let me go read it. So it says, but you do not be called rabbi, for one is your teacher. So you see, they are giving here the translation of rabbi as teacher. So if we were to take this verse as a lot of people take it, which is kind of like where that question comes from, then you wouldn't be allowed to call teacher anybody, not your math teacher, your whatever teacher, whatever you are learning. So that should make us understand that that is not the point, the main point here. If a person teaches you that Yahushua HaMashiach is the way to the Father and that he is sovereign of all, then he is a teacher because he is recognizing that there is one above him. But if a person tells you that he is the way, that he is the limit, and that after him there's nothing above, then that is trying to take the place of Mashiach. But remember Ephesians 4:11, and he himself gave some to be apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. So there are teachers. Among the 5 ministries, one of them is being teacher, and the apostles also are teachers. So if we take this verse as most take it, and when they get angry because they hear people using that word, if we take it like that, then this would be a contradiction. This would be a sin, because he would say pastors and one is your teacher, Mashiach, right? But no, there are others who are teachers. So here we see that title. But let me go back. But you do not be called rabbi, for one is your teacher, the Messiah. Also, you see this, yeah, right here. Also says another translation would be leader, right? And Yahweh also tells us, and also through Paul, in fact, how there is an order in things. And to become the leader, you must serve, right? And those who are in charge are to serve. And how there's a congregation, and then, like we just saw here, there are 5 ministries. In this case, the apostles would be the leaders. Would that make them sin because they are leaders of the congregation? Of course not. But if we see that verse in that way, that will be a contradiction, I repeat. And I repeat, if one teaches you that Yahushua is the Messiah, then he's telling you that he is our teacher, even if he's also teaching you that fact. But you do not be called rabbi, for one is your teacher, the Messiah, and you are all brethren. Remember that Mashiach also said that he is our brother. He came to make us brothers, for he is the Son, and then through him we become children of Yahweh through his name, as we see in John 1:11 and 12. He is our brother as well. The point here is no one should get above everybody to pretty much block the way to Mashiach, who is the way, which is what people tend to do, sadly. And they don't get this name, they get other names like prophet, apostle, preacher, priest, pope. They use other names, but they do exactly what Yahushua is telling not to do, because they are not leading to the true Messiah. They are leading to a false one and to idolatry. But you do not be called rabbi, for one is your teacher, the Messiah, and you are all brethren. Also, in context with what is before this and what it comes after, also part of the message from Mashiach, he's saying, don't try to be called, do not expect to be called Don't be looking for titles. Don't be looking for honor. Don't be looking for, as they would say, glory, because we need to look for the esteem of Yahweh, not ours. The esteem of Yahweh through Yahushua, not our own. If we work for him, he in the heavens will, as it is written, if you confess my name before men, I will confess your name before my Father and his malachim, his angels. The point here is, do not look for that honor from people. Now, when it comes to me, I do not tell anybody to call me anything. Not at all. And you can see it wherever I write my name. I don't write any title, not pastor, not rabbi or Rabbi, not anything. Now, I sometimes use, but mostly when it comes to music, the term the seer, but not because I may, or because, like, it's not that I'm claiming to be anything, to be honest. It is because when the name Koresh was given to me, was given with that uh, added. And that's why I have decided to use it when it comes to the music, because of how music names work. Um, I want to make that clear. But I don't use any title nor expect anybody to call me anything. Anybody can call me whatever they want. And in fact, many do call me whatever they want. And I want to make that clear. And obviously, I always make it clear that Yahushua is the way. And not only that, because by Yahushua saying that he is the way, is giving us the destination, which is Yahweh. And in Christianity, many people forget that. Yahushua is the way. Like I always say, he's not the chair. You're not supposed to expect the rapture just waiting without doing anything about yourself, about your life, etc. So, continuing. Do not call anyone on earth your father, for one is your father, he who is in heaven. Like the Pope or the priests whom are called father in Catholic religion. But does that mean that you cannot call your earthly father father? Of course not. One of the 10 commandments, honor your father and mother. So if we take this verse to the way people are, many take it, then you wouldn't be allowed to call your father on earth father. That would be a sin. But obviously it isn't, because it would be a contradiction. The point here is when people try to take the spot, the place that belongs to Yahweh. That means when people basically teach idolatry, because that's what it becomes. When somebody tries to take the spot of Yahweh or Yahushua, instead of giving testimony of Yahweh and Yahushua according to the truth, according to the scriptures. And do not be called teachers. So, right, in this case, we would translate this as leader. Rab means a lot, many. So it is like having a lot of, like the teacher has a lot of knowledge. So that's why the connection. Or the leader is above others. So the point here is, that's why you are all brethren, understanding that we are all equal, although we're different from our backgrounds and the ministries and the gifts given to us and the part that each one has in the body of Messiah. Do not call anyone on earth your father, for one is your father, he who is in heaven. And do not be called teachers, for one is your teacher, the Messiah. But he who is greatest, and once again, remember, Ephesians says there are teachers placed by him, the Messiah. But he who is greatest among you shall be your servant. Like I mentioned, the one who is leader, greatest, which is kind of a synonym of rabbi, or the meaning of it. And whoever exalts himself will be humble. Whoever exalts himself. So I repeat, I don't tell anybody to call me anything, and anybody can call me whatever they want. If I were telling everybody, hey, don't call me Koresh just like that, you got to say rabbi first, or whatever, like many people expect like doctors, like if you don't say doctor before their name, they get upset because they're like, I studied and paid so much for this title, and now you're not going to use it or give me the honor I deserve, right? So people who expect honor from men are trying to exalt themselves instead of the Most High. So that is the point of these verses. And whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted.